Empower Youth Week Masterclass. Be inspired, be connected, be transformed.
I'm Don Mashele from Small Enterprise Finance Agency, and we will be talking today about the programs that we have that are targeted at township and businesses that are in township and rural areas. But before we do that, let me share with you the outline of the presentation. And the reason I'm doing that, so that you can get the flow and be in a position to understand how we have structured this talk. So the first thing is that this presentation is brought to you by what I would say is the Department of Small Business Development Portfolio. And what we mean by that is under the Department of Small Business Development, we've got two implementing agencies. We've got ourselves, SIFA, Small Enterprise Finance Agency. We've got our sister organization, SEDA, Small Enterprise Development Agency. So as a portfolio, we've got programs that are targeted at, like I said, township and rural enterprises. Now, once we have presented those, though they present an opportunity to you as a young person, as an entrepreneur, to say, how can you take advantage of these programs? So after understanding that, you then need to say, what is it that as an entrepreneur, what problem are you solving for your community? Because you don't just go into business. When you go into business, you have identified a certain value proposition for yourself. And you are saying, what is it that I can do to serve the community through the business that I'm running? Now, once you have done that, you can identify a problem and find a solution to that particular problem. But the question is this the business for you? You know, is this the business that you can say, as a young person, I can go to this business, I've got talent to do this, I've got passion, and I've found a business model for myself to be able to do this kind of business. Now, once you have done that, answer those two questions, the next thing then to say, we help you to pitch your business proposal to funders, because at the end of the day, a business has to be funded. You know, if you're starting a business, if you're expanding a business, you need to get somebody to finance that. So we'll help you to then say, what are the elements that must be in your pitching proposal, in your funding proposal? So that is the fifth part of the presentation. And the second last one is that to be an entrepreneur, it's not a smooth sailing journey. You know, it's a roller coaster type of a journey. And then in closing, we'll share that light moment. And last but not least, to then say, if you have seen this opportunity and saying, I can do this, you know, how do you contact us? So that is the outline. So I hope once you understand that outline and that flow, you'll stay focused. So as I said, the DSBD portfolio, we've got SEDA, our sister organization. What SEDA does, they provide what we call business development support. So business development support is anything non-financial is done by our sister organization. When you're looking for financial assistance, then you come to us as a SIFA, Small Enterprise Finance Agency, and we're able to assist you as a young person in terms of access to finance. Now, these programs, these opportunities, these business opportunities I'm talking about, we call them Township and Rural Entrepreneurship Programs, TREP for short. But broadly, the reason we established this or we put together these programs is to assist businesses that are in township and rural areas. And this I knew a program in a way because is when COVID hit, remember now that was last year, 2020, around March, when we had the first case of COVID and we had that hard lockdown. The economy was closed, you know, we were not moving around, there was no economy going on. But when the economy started opening up, we realized that there are certain businesses that will struggle to come back. Primarily, most of those businesses are those businesses that are in township and rural areas. That is why we came with these programs, TREP, to assist those businesses And in my next slide, I will share the type of programs that we have. But when you understand the TREP, understand TREP to be saying to you, we have programs in township and rural areas, and we want to assist those businesses to come back and be part of the mainstream. So what schemes do we have under TREP? We've got those schemes. So we've got schemes. Okay, let me put it to you this way. When you think in terms of township economy, for a very long time, the issue of township economy was just general in a way. No one could tell you exactly what we mean when we talk about township economy. But what we have done is then to say there are certain businesses that are operating in township and rural areas. Now, those businesses are not looking for the same things. So we started with this suite of programs. There will be others that will build on top of this. Once we roll this out, we learn lessons, they become successful, we'll roll other programs. But this is the first category of programs that we have for township. So we've got programs that are targeted at businesses that are in the bakeries and confectionery. So that is the one category. We've got the other one targeted at auto body repairs, the motor mechanics, the workshops, etc. We've got a program targeted at butcheries, and the other one is targeted at a personal care support. We've got the one targeted at clothing and leather, spaza shop support program. Last but not least is Chisanyama. Now, when you think in terms of townships, you look at those categories, you're able to then say, we somehow, through this first category of programs we've launched, we have covered most of the businesses that operate in the townships. Like I said, there will be others that we will be putting on top of this as and when we roll these ones out, and then we learn lessons, and we can then be able to say we've been successful with the first rollout, it's working properly, let's look at the second category. For instance, you can then say, somebody can argue that what about car wash businesses as an example. Now, in terms of financial support, we don't provide the normal conventional CIFA funding for this type of programs. We provide what we call blended finance. And now, blended finance, that's where you combine a grant and a loan in one package. So we've got grants that we provide. We've got loans, soft loans that we provide. Putting that in one facility, as it were, and calling it blended finance, you're making it easier for businesses to afford these facilities. So we provide in the main, the threshold in terms of the type of facilities and the size of facilities that we provide, it's not the same. But most of these programs, we're talking about a threshold of 350,000, and of which 50,000 of that, a maximum of that, can be a grant. So most of these programs are structured that way. We've got the ones that have got a different threshold. If I go back to the slide where we talk about those individual ones. So your bakeries and confectionery, your butchery support, your clothing and leather, and your chisenyamas, those are the ones where we're providing a maximum of 350,000, of which 50,000 of that can be a grant. And the balance of that is a loan which you pay an interest rate of about 5%. Now, the other ones, like the auto body repairs, we are providing a facility of about 500,000. And then this, we provide an indemnity or a security to the bank that is participating in the scheme. You go to the bank, which is ABSA, they provide the facility, and we provide an indemnity for those ones. The personal care support, again, this one has got a different threshold. We're talking 50,000 rand, of which 25,000 of that can be a grant, and 25% of that can be a loan. Now, in personal care support, we think in terms of the salons in townships and rural areas. The other one that has got a different threshold is the spaza shop support program. Spaza shop support program, we've got about 15,000 as a maximum. 70% of that can be a grant, and then 30% of that can be a loan. So we support those businesses with that funding facilities, and that is the structure in terms of the blend between the grant and the loan, as well as the threshold. Now, who is eligible to apply for this type of funding. So it's important to also understand, am I eligible? Can I apply? Can I tick all those boxes and be able to to be assisted through these programs? When you look at the first one, we are saying we're looking at registered legal entities and those that are willing to register. So if you are not registered, you are operating as a sole prop, we will assist you through our sister organization, CEDA will assist you when it comes to the issue of registrations. You need to have the second bullet. It talks about CIPC documentation. Like I said before, if you don't have that, we can assist you through CEDA, but if you've got it, it's first price, then we'll be able to assist you. The third bullet, in terms of who is eligible to apply, you have to be a South African citizen, 100% South African citizen. When it comes to the workers, people working for you, we are saying 70% of those have to be South African. And if the balance are not South African, but they must be in the country legally, so they must have working permits to work in South Africa. The other one was saying, it's important, it's crucial that if you're running a business, you must separate your personal banking affairs to the ones that you have for your business. So you are saying you must at least have a business banking account. If you're saying that I've been running my business informally, as it were, I don't have a business account, we assist you through CEDA, like I said, to get that or to open those bank accounts. The biggest one here is you must be willing to participate in the bulk buying scheme. Because the reason we put these programs together, amongst other things, is not just to finance individual businesses and we leave you on your own. Think in terms of spaza shops, as an example. It is easier and it makes it profitable for spaza shops when you go and buy, you go there as a group. Gone are those days where you will have your spaza shop in a corner, you need to go and buy stock and those type of things and go into the vehicle, and then you go to the wholesale and buy as an individual. The pricing doesn't work when it comes to that. That is why we're saying we want to put these businesses where you can have the bulk buying scheme. It makes you competitive, but again, it makes you learn from your peers in terms of some of the things when it comes to running your business. You must be owner manager, meaning you can't keep a job and do this part-time, because one of the things we're doing this is to assist people to be employed, to create those jobs or to sustain those jobs that are there in townships and rural areas. So you must be owner manager. Last but not least, you need to be operating in a township or a village. How do you apply? So the application process, we've got a website it's a portal that you go into, and then you can register there. It's smmesa.gov.za. You click on that website. It's very easy to follow. As a young person, I'm sure when it comes to issues of technology, it becomes easy to navigate those portals. It's an online application portal. The most important part is to remember the address, which is that smmesa.gov.za. You register, and then it will guide you in terms of the next steps, and you pick the scheme that you want to apply for, whether it's a spaza shop support program, whether it's a butcheries, whether it's auto body repairs, etc. If you are stuck in an unlikely reason that maybe you get stuck in a way, then we've got a support line that you can call, which is 080-141-4882, or you can drop us an email and we can be able to assist when it comes to the technicalities. So we have shared those opportunities, those programs, how they work, etc., etc. Now, this is the application process. Now, the next thing is then to say, is this for me? When you're looking at yourself and saying, can I be able to do this business, whether it's a spaza shop, whether it's personal care, whatever the case is are this businesses for me? Now, you then need to say, before you even start a business or you've got a business, what problem are you solving for the community? So ask yourself that question first before you can even say, I need to apply, I need to approach the likes of CIFA and apply for businesses. What problem are you solving? Don't sell the product. What problem are you solving for your community? Now, the next thing is then to say, if you have done that, you are saying, I know the problem that I'm solving for my community. The question is, do you have passion for that kind of business? Because you can't do anything, whether it's a career, whether it's a business, you can't do that if you are not passionate about that. Do you have passion to do that kind of a business? Is this what you love doing? So if you answer that, yes, the next thing is, do you have talent to do it? And last but not least, have you find a business model around that, your passion and your talent? So what we're saying, in short, in terms of this, we're saying, have you found your sweet spot? Ask yourself about this. What is it that I love doing? When you wake up in the morning, what is it that I actually gets me excited to jump out of bed and go and do certain things? So if you are passionate about that, maybe you owning a salon, or you're owning a spaza shop, and you know that this is your life. Now you can tick that box when it comes to the issue of passion and the talent and the business model. So it's important to get that and understand that you can't just have only passion and talent without a business model. It has to be something that flows together. Now, this we are saying, how do you pitch for funding? We have developed what we call a funding proposal, or a funding template. Now, this funding template, what it does is, when you approach the likes of CIFA or any other lender for that matter, you need to be able to put a funding proposal, a pitching document, that you can then say in front of the funder, this is this is me, this is what I'm doing. And the funder will look at that and be able to say, I'm interested to provide or invest in this kind of business. Now, those are the categories from number 1 to number 19. The first thing is to then say, tell us about the company, your company information, the shareholder information, whether if it's a CC, tell us about the member information, the company structure, how is your company structured, the business operations, what is it that you do, unpack those, the products and services, what products and services are you offering to the market, your marketing analysis. You must understand the industry. It's dangerous to go into the industry that you don't understand. If you are in the auto body repairs, understand how that industry works. Your target market, who are you targeting? Because you can't just open up a business without understanding exactly, I'm targeting a specific target market. So understand that. And your sales strategy, you can know your target market, but how are you going to come up with a strategy that says, I'm going to penetrate my target market using this type of strategy? Your competitive environment, know your competitors. There's no business that is a monopoly out there. People choose your business, but before they even chose your business, there was somebody do more or less the same thing. Understand your competition and your edge. What makes you different from your competition? The location of your business, the external environment, the funding requirements. What is it that you're looking for when you approach the likes of the CEO of the CFAs of this world? The financial model. When we provide funding, one of the things that we check is your affordability. Can you afford the loan that we're providing? So you need to tell us about your projections, to say, for the next 3-4 years, these are my cash flow projections, and these are the motivations, these are the reasons I'm saying per month I'm going to be making a turnover of 100,000, as an example. So you need to project going forward. Your banking information, if you've got a banking account, then you need to tell us about that. Your supply information, you're running a spaza shop, who are your suppliers, as an example? Your staff, the people working for you, you need to tell us about that, your staff profile. Compliance is very, very key. The businesses that we support through the TREP initiatives, we make sure that they comply, because you can't be in this business and not be compliant. And compliance, it can mean a number of things. You're running a spaza shop, or a chisanyama, you're selling food, you need to comply with health and safety regulations. If you're not compliant, like I said before, our sister organization, CEDA, will be able to assist you. Your last but not least, your SWOT analysis. So this is a mouthful. It's too much to take in, but then we have this form digitized. You can go on our website, you can get this form digitized, and you can complete that on your own. The journey of an entrepreneur, life is not a straight line. I think COVID has taught us that things come and go. You'll have a roller coaster. As an entrepreneur, you're going to have the same thing. Understand that when there's a pitfall, when there's a speed bump, it doesn't mean it's the end of your journey. You need to pick yourself up and be able to move on. How you get in touch with us, those are the contact details for CIFA. I've said what I've said. You think it talks to you. How do you get in touch with us? Website, or you can call us or switchboard and drop us an email. We've got a Twitter account or Facebook, and we are on LinkedIn. So I hope you found this very, very useful, and you'll be able to contact us and we'll be able to assist you. Thank you very much.
For more informative videos, visit www.empoweryouth.co.za.